I'm Donna Blanchard, and this is your ThinkTech Daily News for Thursday, May 14th, 2015. A wooden fishing boat filled with several hundred migrants from Myanmar had been at sea for 3 months when it was spotted drifting in the Andaman Sea between Thailand and Malaysia today. It so happened that it came near another boat that had journalists on board. The migrants fleeing persecution in Myanmar and Bangladesh begged for water and said that the captain and crew had abandoned them 6 days ago. 10 passengers died during the journey, and they had been turned away from Malaysia. No country would take them in. The journalists contacted the U.S. Navy, who will rescue those migrants. What they do with them is yet to be determined. It is estimated that more than 10,000 migrants have taken to the sea, and no one is quite sure what to do. As President Obama and his administration work to negotiate a deal with Iran that will impede their ability to create nuclear weapons, other powers in the Arab world are now promising to match whatever nuclear capability is allowed Iran. In 2012, President Obama postulated that a nuclear-armed Iran would lead to other leaders in the area obtaining their own nuclear capabilities. Well, as the president met with Saudi Arabia and other Arab leaders in Washington today and prepares to meet with them at Camp David tomorrow, they're already letting him know that they will match nuclear programs with Iran. Perversely, this means that some of those nations will be beefing up their weaponry and ability to enrich uranium. There's a small affiliation known as the Nuclear Supplies Group that sells the sort of materials the Arab nations will need. Participating governments are Canada, West Germany, France, Japan, the Soviet Union, United Kingdom, and US. It's doubtful that the NSG would readily make deals with Arab countries. This leaves North Korea and Pakistan as potential vendors to choose from. As few allies of the US would approach North Korea, this means Pakistan may become the default vendor of choice. Let's hope that doesn't get that far. The Taliban is stating responsibility for a shooting in a hotel in Kabul, Afghanistan, in which at least 14 people were killed. At the Park Palace Hotel, a concert featuring a prominent Afghanistan classical musician was to be held last night, and Kabul has been largely left out of the violence lately, though the Park Palace Hotel and others around have beefed up security. Before the concert was to begin, a gunman began bursting into hotel rooms and shooting, then moving on to the next. Among those killed were several auditors assisting the Afghan government and a consultant working with Afghan's agricultural ministry. The Taliban spokesman Zabiullah Mujahid claimed responsibility for the attack, saying that it had been conducted by a gunman named Mohammed Idris. He said the hotel was targeted, quote, in order to attack the important meeting of senior Americans and other foreigners. An unidentified American female was also among those killed. It looks like the engineer of that Amtrak train that crashed and killed 8 people and injured more than 200 on Tuesday night in Philadelphia was going above the recommended speed. The black boxes are still being studied, and the 32-year-old engineer, Brandon Bastian, said that he has absolutely no recollection of the incident or anything unusual. His lawyer, Robert Goggin, told ABC's Nightline that the next thing he recalls is being thrown around, coming to, finding his cell phone, and dialing 911. Ahui ho, everyone. Donna Blanchard, ThinkTech Daily News.